Hello, everyone. Welcome to what is this? Is this like the fight side bonus or like a TENGRIDOME bonus? What do you think? Like
Yeah, it's either of those.
the sheer randomness and the EDC that you're going to witness is pretty much in line with TENGRIDOME, but also it's also in line with the fight side with the shit that we get requested to make from like
And also
commentary for dumb fights and that kind of
it's
stuff.
somewhat combat sport related. I mean, it's martial arts related,
It's
so
yeah, it's in that ballpark, and the fight site is all about martial arts. So fuck you. We're gonna
we're the
talk about
last
whatever the
real
fuck we
martial
want.
artist in the world,
Yeah.
basically.
So yeah, basically, like what spurred this on is that the reason why we like decided to get together and record this thing is that there's a whole bunch of clips circulating around Twitter and like social media in general of that like a fake cop guy or like a security guard guy, basically like a self-defense person, like a self-defense teacher who shows moves that will help you like beat a guy with a gun, a guy with an assault rifle or a pistol. You know, like it's actually
Or
really
just pretty
easy.
much like a guy way bigger than you.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff. Like basically the usual, the usual fake martial arts bullshit, where a much smaller person beats a much bigger person, or an unarmed person beats a person with a gun or a knife or a sword or whatever the fuck.
It's
And
basically Krav Maga bullshit all over again.
yeah, grift. It's grifting. Like
It's
there's
Griff Maga.
it's grift maga, and yeah, like there's obviously there's tons of guys like this who kind of like uh make their money of people's they make money by teaching people wrong, essentially.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're not gonna like debunk everything because it's kind of like self-evident. If you follow combat sports, or if you followed the fight side for any length of time, you'll understand why all of this is kind of like, complete bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping that you're not one of those guys that even after watching the UFC still believes that, but there's some monk in some faraway mountain that can actually beat Francis Ngannou super easily.
Yeah, like Ip Man would beat Mike Tyson in the fight, because I watched Ip Man 3 and he actually kept up with Mike Tyson, and that's why in real life he would have beaten
Bro,
him up.
you should know that Bruce Lee is super nerfed in the UFC game.
Yeah, if you're one
I
of
wonder
those
if people
guys.
I wonder if people like actually believe that Dana White could like fight with UFC fighters because he has that stupid cameo on the UFC game.
I mean, people like this probably exist, and honestly, like, I mean, not to sound harsh, but I think they should stop existing.
Yeah, I'm in the pretty much on the same boat.
All right, so what we're gonna watch today is we're gonna like watch some videos with the cool moves that this guy shows, and then we're, I guess, unless they're so abominably fucking starting the morning early with the two $20 words. Basically, if they're super bad, we're just going to react to them, and if there's stuff to talk about, we're going to try and talk about what makes this so stupid. So it's not like just a waste of time. It's not like a shitty video, shitty reaction video, of which there are hundreds of thousands of them on the internet.
Let's just put a thumbnail of us like
That's it. That's the thumbnail. We got the thumbnail. All right.
7 reasons why these guys suck. You won't believe the fourth.
Yeah. I mean, just, do we have to say our credentials? I mean, everyone like on the internet keeps bringing up like, what are your credentials? What are your qualifications? Or that kind of bullshit. I don't know. I fucking
Credentials are having a functional brain.
yeah, that's our credentials. Everyone's credentials at the fight site is having a halfway functional brain, not the best mental
halfway.
health.
I was I was giving too much credit to us, actually.
Not the
But
best mental health, but certainly a functional
not
brain.
at all.
I mean, I guess like everyone at the fight side trains in some capacity. Everyone trained like some kind of martial arts. Everyone like had some amateur experience, or some guys actually had professional experience.
Some small minorities don't, but
Yeah,
they're actually smart. So
yeah, but they actually know. They actually have like a critical thinking, so they understand what works and what doesn't. So that's why we're all in the same boat here. That's why we understand each other.
but yeah, if you really care about the credentials bullshit, like both me and Tuman are not like super credentialed, but we have trained for a very long time. So
Yeah,
I mean, we have punched people in the face, and we have
punched in the face a whole bunch of times.
Our faces punched a lot. So
I mean, I guess we could pretend that I'm like a former Spetsnaz guy, and you're like I don't know, a fucking like a like a CIA sponsored Contra operative.
I'm an Operation Condor, guys. Anyway,
communist guerrilla. That's what you are.
Communist gorilla.
A communist gorilla.
Communist chimpanzee.
Communist bonobo. That's what they should fund. Like imagine a bunch of like monkeys running around to like fucking enemy soldiers up the ass.
KGB, but they're all bonobos.
Joe Rogan is like going like Joe Rogan goes on his podcast and goes, did you hear that the communists, the global communists, the globalists have trained a bunch of bonobos to rape enemy soldiers in the ass? Jamie pulled that up.
Man, maybe bonobos, maybe communism isn't so bad after all.
Communism actually based.
I wonder if I can hook them up with Alpha Brain.
All right, this is turning into a random nightmare, into a chaotic nightmare. So we should just
let's
start
go
watching
into the fucking
crap.
videos. I mean, it won't get any smarter from here on, but
it's only going to get worse.
We'll try to stay on topic.
All right. So what's the earliest video that this guy has? All right. Okay. So he's referring. Is that him?
I don't know. That pull that at Jamie.
Oh, it's just a meme video with wrestling. Okay,
whatever. Okay, at a shooting range. Give us the fucking kung fu, man. We need that.
What is this music? Okay. What?
He's not even trying. Like, no. Come on.
That doesn't seem physically possible.
Yeah, he's talking about like the
wait. He's talking overloads the muscles.
This is amazing. They always do that shit that you just grab a guy like from the head and you magically move his feet. Okay, like so that shit doesn't happen.
Okay, let's like actually break this down. The first thing that he shows, pull up and pull down, which overloads the muscles. That's essentially in the same ballpark as like pressing a pressure point or something. Like, if you press this pressure point, it's gonna turn off the nerves in the guy's arm and it's gonna go limp. Like, and you don't really have to like come up with this kind of shit. Which like whenever people talk about like overloading the muscles or pressing pressure points, it just shows that they haven't like what astounds me is that everything is like in open access right now. You could just watch a wrestling video, you could just watch a grappling video, and the first thing that they're gonna tell you is like you put 2 on 1, you control the
Yeah.
thumb, and then you can kind of turn it outwards, and then the hand will follow because it's painful. It hurts when you put pressure with both hands in one direction. It hurts the arm, and so he's gonna let go. No, you have to overload the muscle. You're gonna like do this, and yeah, you were talking about like non-resistant opponents.
The situations are always so stupid too. I mean, he's addressing one hand. I mean, what is your attacker supposed to do with his other hand? Like just
Yeah,
right
what's the
there?
other arm doing? What's the
I mean,
what the feet are doing?
I imagine he's trying to punch you in the face or stab you or something. Like, why is he waiting so much?
No, he's trying to lift you up by your neck like the Hulk.
with one hand.
He's trying to do the superhero thing where
He's trying to choke slam you.
Just
and then he just puts the hand on the face.
It's a 40-second clip, and every fake martial arts
Everything
is there.
Yeah, it's everything there. Like moving people is not easy. That's why wrestling and jiu-jitsu exist, because moving people around not easy to do.
Yeah, it's hard because they actually resist.
I mean, yeah.
And like
wrestling is all about like picking a guy that is your same size and pinning him down. And this guy is like, oh no, don't worry about that shit. You can just move this guy around.
People spend decades trying to learn how to move people their own size and people smaller than them. And this guy like just grab this pressure point, and the person is gonna let go. Like
and going into a more serious topic, the thing that worries me about this is like, I mean, if you teach this bullshit to cops, I mean, I don't give a shit. the better for me. But the tragic thing is that this shit is usually like taught to women, and that's so dangerous, man. That's so wrong. It's so morally incorrect. Like, you're trying to get women hurt at that point. And there's so many stories of people trying to do the self-defense bullshit and realizing they're at the worst moment that shit doesn't work.
Yeah, like I guess we're gonna just get this out of the way from the beginning. Like if you teach this kind of shit to people, to real people in real life, and like pretend to be teaching like actual self-defense, kill yourself. Like I'm not joking. Like if you do this kind of shit, kill yourself.
I mean, there are grifts. There are different kinds of grifts. This one is like, this could have like dire consequences, and I don't support that at all. Like, just stop being a fucking idiot.
Like, okay, if you scam people out of their money, like with I don't know, fucking phishing links in email, like email scams, you're a piece of shit. But I mean. And potentially you could hurt someone's livelihood, but it's not like putting lives in direct danger like this does. Like, I mean, this was supposed to be really funny.
Yeah, but we managed to turn it into something bleak, but it's like a real concern of me. I mean, one thing that I always say is like, you wouldn't go to a seminar for playing guitar and expect to come out of it like knowing how to play guitar. If you haven't played guitar ever in your life, you just go to one seminar and oh no, I know how to play guitar. No one does that, you know. And I wonder why people think it doesn't apply. The same principle doesn't apply to fighting, you know. Like, if you want to learn how to defend yourself, you just gotta dedicate yourself to training a lot. You're not gonna learn how to defend yourself in a stupid seminar.
That and beyond that, if you spend a large number of years training to fight, And that's what you should really do. You shouldn't train for self-defense. You should train how to fight and keep yourself in shape, which is sometimes even more important.
It's so much dedication, and it doesn't warranty you a lot in real life too.
And you shouldn't like expect to become good at it, even if you spend like, I don't know, 2 years or 3 years on training. It's a lifelong pursuit. You're not gonna get good. Like I guess if you're talented, you could get decent in like a couple of years. Like a basic level, you can learn the fundamentals, and from then on, it's all about like becoming more and more advanced. It's not like a bunch of self-defense classes. Like the idea of self-defense classes is completely wrong in the first place on like the most basic level.
Yeah, I mean, I always like draw this line between like self-defense and combat, and I think the only useful of the two is combat, because it makes you drill in real life situations with a person that is thinking by themselves. That's one thing that does not happen in, I mean, you can't pretend that the variables are so controllable in self-defense situations. Like, oh, the guy's gonna approach you like this, so what if the guy doesn't approach you like that?
Yeah,
you're fucked.
That's the biggest problem with self-defense classes, is that they give you scenarios. They don't give you a base to work don't give you a foundation upon which you can actually build your own style, your own game, and your own approach to fighting.
Yeah, the magic, I mean, about fundamentals in combat sports, being a grappling or striking, is that you get to improvise, because you have this super solid foundation that allows you to think and act in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something you won't achieve with self-defense, because it is all dumb. I mean, let's watch that one. I mean, my first advice, if someone is holding a gun at your back,
my first advice is to
don't find yourself in that situation.
The first advice is to do as the song says and go, oh no, 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 no. Fucking Jesus. All right, so basically what is this? I mean, essentially this is a demonstration of how cool and strong this guy is, and how like
this doesn't offer like anything. He's just like, and that's that stupid overhand with like the forearm, like, for fuck's sake.
This is how you break your wrist. Okay, so he's showing cool counters that he does, and like I guess Jeet Kune Do stuff, or like Wing Chun stuff.
Yeah, it's
hand fighting thing.
It's a mix of everything.
Yeah, and the thing is, do you know how fucking fast the guy can stab you? That's
scenarios, especially the ones with the gun, is like, you know how much time it takes you to pull the trigger?
Yeah,
it's not hard to pull a trigger. If you're already in that situation, you're dead.
And like suppose let's pretend that you have superhuman reflexes. You have superhuman reflexes and you react much faster than the guy can pull the trigger. What happens next? What is a bullet? It's a superheated lump of metal traveling at supersonic speeds, which creates a sonic boom, and there's lots of like explosive gases flying out of the gun.
Yeah, this
supposedly here's the gun. You fucking slip the bullet, I guess, and then the bullet travels past your ear, blows out your fucking eardrum, rips your ear off.
This is a guy that gives
you a concussion from the explosive gases, and then you.
This is a guy that supposedly knows how a gun works.
Yeah, this is like from a guy who's supposed to know that what a gun does. I mean, the most gracious thing I can say about this whole clip is that I guess it makes for cool cinematography in like an action movie, but that's it. That's literally all it is. It's like stunts.
Yeah, talking about other stuff that happened in that video is like, if you ever see a grappling exchange in real life, people always get like body to body, like super close, because you cannot control a guy with just grabbing his wrist like that. That shit does not happen. Like look at that shit. Like he's doing like a key lock with one arm and he's manipulating the guy. You know how easy it is to get your arm out from there? Like you just gotta do like this, or just like you take a pivot to the back and
someone
out
grabs
like
your
that shit.
wrist. What do? You turn your thumb out. That's
And
it.
even if he has like a super strong grip on your wrist, like you can just like walk under your arm and your arm is in a good position again. Like he never addresses feet, and that shit is hysterical to me.
Yeah. And he puts his feet from out of position himself. He crosses his feet every time he walks.
His footwork is so bad. Like he finds himself in terrible positions all the time.
Like,
and this is a fucking drill, so you would assume that in real life it would get much worse.
Yeah, like what do we mean by bad footwork? Good footwork is when you maintain your stance all the time. You take small steps and your stance is maintained. That way you can like actually leverage your weight against your opponent.
Especially if you're gonna grapple against somebody and you want to feel strong. Like he does a lot of stupid shit. Like he crosses his feet. He puts himself parallel. He stands super tall all the time. Like he doesn't provide himself with any foundation to have strength in those situations.
Yeah, he doesn't have a base. Like even when you like lift, what do you need to lift like a huge amount, like even a decent amount of weight, not necessarily like a gigantic like a barbell or that kind of stuff. You provide yourself a base. You kind of like turn your butt.
Yeah, you spread yourself and you get low.
Yeah, and he does nothing. Nothing in here works. Nothing. Fucking nothing.
I mean, you can do this same stupid bullshit and do it a lot better. Like, okay, so what? What is he saying?
So a fight broke out. You need to separate two guys. What do you do?
He's not applying any pressure there.
You crush their skulls together and they separate.
No, but you don't have enough strength to do that. Like,
is this a joke? Is this like a parody? Is it?
I mean that could work if you're like, I don't know, like Marius
if you're or something. If you're half tall Julius Bjornsson, then I guess you could do that. If you're Eddie Hall or like the fucking Big Z from Strongman. Okay.
That fucking stance at the beginning. Did you see that shit? Like with the arm like this.
I guess he knows the 52 blocks.
My man knows the 52. We're fucked.
Okay, so even if he were to do like a cross arm block, the rear hand should be on top of the front hand. That's the hand with which you check in oncoming strikes and you block with the elbow. The front elbow is like
he's in no position to do any efficient strike from there.
He can't do anything from here. You fucking can't. That's not physically possible. And what's with the fucking motorcycle armor? Like, is this like supposed to represent that he hits so hard?
He can knock you out even if you're wearing like motorcycle
you
helmet.
even if you're wearing like a knight's armor, he's able to punch through metal, like fuck you
Okay,
up.
let's watch what he's going to do. Oh, that he broke his hand at that last punch. Like, I mean, if that was real, you would break your hand like so bad. Look at the last punch. The last one is terrible. Like,
Yeah, I saw it. Okay, so I guess
let's
it shows like, okay, he kicks him in the balls. Okay,
yeah, that's actually decent advice, I
yeah,
guess.
you can kick people in the balls. It's all right. It's the problem is the most common talking point I hear online is that, oh, if I meet like a kickboxer, he's only used to fighting within a rule set, so I can just kick him in the balls. What stops
I mean,
the kickboxer from kicking you in the balls?
yeah,
That's the
the thing
question.
is that you're not better equipped than the other guy to kick someone in the balls because you're not getting yourself kicking the balls regularly in sparring. Like, it's
Imagine if
like
fucking Boa Cow kicks you in the balls. What will
it's
you
the
do
same
then?
argument. It's the same argument when you ask like a newbie, like, what would you do if you were in mount? And they always said shit like, oh, I would bite you, or you would drag you in the ice. It's like, who do you think is in better position to bite you or rake your eyes? The guy that is being mounted or the guy who's mounting you? Like, if you want to go for the ice when you're in mount, you just gotta do this. Like people think like martial artists, like pro combat athletes can't follow you in the streets. They will follow you and they will fuck you up. Oh, that last punch, it's great. I mean, yeah, kick someone in the balls is good advice. I mean, for self-defense, if anything. But when you take that advice and transform it into like, oh, I can beat anyone in street rules. Like, no. Okay, what?
Like one thing people always forget is that if this turns into a knife fight, you can't learn how to knife fight. Like it's one of those things. Again, it takes like a lifelong dedication to get good at something. Why would you spend your entire fucking life getting good at knife fighting? And
Yeah,
like,
I mean, the chances you're gonna fight like one-on-one with knives with another guy, very close to zero.
like this, a lot of self-defense is about situational awareness more than it is about actual combat.
Yeah,
Just
we've talked about this before.
yeah, like just don't get into situations where you find yourself in the again squaring up against
Yeah,
someone who has a
be
knife or
aware.
has a gun.
Be aware of your surroundings at all times. That's way better advice than no, bro. Just go one-on-one knife fighting with guys.
Gonna parry his lunges, gonna like bait him into overcommitting himself to a lunge with a knife, and then I'm gonna counter his lunge by cutting up his arm. No,
I'm gonna grab a half kilo, one on a guy with a knife and stab him 30 times in the head.
Like a good job, you've killed him then. Like even if you manage that.
I mean, if you're envisioning yourself in one-on-one knife combat, like, just get a gun.
Yeah. No, first of all, reevaluate your entire life.
Your entire life, yeah. First,
then get a gun, and then maybe I don't know,
and maybe use the gun to shoot yourself.
Yes, maybe. Not telling you to do that, but the option is there.
Give it a slight consideration at least.
Yeah, I guess so. This is him posting someone else and making fun of him. I don't know.
Okay, put the one in the car. That's going to be super stupid. What?
More of the same. Nothing fucking works.
He's the one with the guy with the shotgun. He's starting from like a feet away against a guy that already has the finger on the trigger.
Like the one thing like that is halfway sensible, if the guy puts like a gun like here, like, you could like conceivably lie to someone that this this thing will work, because people are stupid and don't know how guns work. But even a person that doesn't know how a gun works, if you stand from like a meter away from the gun,
You're not gonna make it. Like
you're not gonna sell your grift to anyone. Come on, man. Can't even lie properly.
You could put this guy's brain inside like Usain's Bolt body, and he's still not gonna make it. What?
Okay, so he's making fun of himself, I guess.
I guess. You cannot grab a head like that. Like that shit doesn't happen. Okay, he's again with the bullshit. The other guy is not doing anything with his arm, with his other arm. Okay, he's at least addressing the feet. No, he releases the feet, of course. Fucking feet, how do they work?
You know, the one thing that I always notice with these self-defense instructors is that they never address grappling situations and never address wrestling situations. It's always like striking, always strike into the eye, strike into the jugular, strike into the throat, that kind of stuff.
And striking is much more volatile than grappling.
Yeah, like okay, you can teach someone how to punch very easily. You cannot teach someone how to slip a punch very easily, because it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of sparring, and takes a great reflexes and that's why people start with like the most basic guard, like, oh, just put your hands up.
Yeah, I mean the first few times you try to slip, it looks impossible.
Yeah, you fucking can't unless you get the timing right, like completely like on point, and even then it takes like.
And then it feels supernatural, but you will still miss a lot if the other person is feigning and he actually knows how to fight. But yeah, I mean, some of the ideas are okay here, like addressing the arm like 2-on-1, and then kicking the knee is like good, I guess, in self-defense situations.
Let's look at this Twitter
But
account.
then he always gotta spice it up with incredibly stupid shit.
Okay, so I guess he's some kind of like weirdo conservative. I'm gonna save my TikTok funds for a year, then use them to buy a gun, because that's the absolute last thing TikTok would want. Is this like a social commentary and something?
I mean, he's owning the leaves.
Like, good on him, I guess. Okay, this is another guy. Like, okay, so the reason why we decided to do this is that you know, we watched a bunch of like videos from this guy, and they're amazing. This is like one of the most illustrative. Like that dude, the Billy dude, was like just the latest in a long string of grifters that teach self-defense and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they always pop up from time to time.
And this is like another example where you can find the parallels between that guy that we watched previously and this person, like Milmo Tirosian. And okay, so Silat. He switched from Jeet Kune Do to Silat now because the Raid movies came out and they became very popular.
So is this guy Russian?
He's Armenian.
Oh, okay.
At the very least, his last name is Armenian. Oh, the awesome intro.
That makes sense. This is awesome, man.
Finally.
Okay, so what to do when you find yourself in an alley and a ninja approaches you? Street survival training.
He definitely watched the Raid movies. You know what I love about this whole thing is that he started out with hair, and now that his hairline is receding, he gave himself a samurai top knot, like to pretend like this is how just I style my hair. It's not that my hair is fucking falling out.
Exactly how I want to look like. Okay. I decide to have a receding hairline. Okay, so at what moment he took out the knife? Is he saying you should walk everywhere with a knife in your hand?
You should always carry an Indonesian knife on your own person. Always carry it with me.
Yeah, and if a guy tries to like hit you with a punch, you just immediately slit his wrist and kill him.
What does the other arm do throughout this whole thing?
And the first movement, it's so silly. Like he does like a sidestep, a slip, and he does like 3 things at the same time.
What is this punch that he's being attacked with? Like,
did the guy threw like a shifting right hand? Like
he threw like a shifting clothesline, more like it looks like.
Oh, he's killing him like 16 times. They love that one arm keylock thing so much.
Yeah, because
Like
it's the thing that's being shown in martial arts movies everywhere. It's the only thing they know.
I mean, the thing about that is that if you have like stupid students that don't move on until you say so, that actually works, because especially because these guys are usually like pretty strong, so they have like students that weigh like 120 pounds, and then they grab their arms and actually hurts, and they start thinking like, oh, maybe this guy's legit.
Yeah,
but no, idiot, like you're not offering any resistance until your teacher tells you, and then it's too late because he's way bigger than you.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the problem, like it's kind of like an outgrowth of the traditional martial arts tradition in North America, in particular in the European countries and everywhere else, because they took that. They've heard that in Asian countries that the master is the master's word is law, and so you have to obey everything that the master says because he's the authority. And then it creates an excellent avenue for like grooming behavior and grifting, because you open a martial arts school, you're kind of in shape, may have like a muscle gut, you look kind of strong. You advertise in particular to people who are way weaker than you.
Yeah,
like by default,
all the time.
women young men, scrawny young men,
scrawny young men or obese guys.
yeah, or obese guys, and then you pretend like to be this authority figure, and you kind of like, it's very easy to kind of pretend to know what you're doing if you say it with authority every
Yeah.
time.
And you can always appeal to that millennial bullshit, like, oh, why do we do stuff like this? And the answer is like, it's been done like forever and shit.
yeah, this is an ancient martial arts from
This is the way.
the long forgotten shores of Southeast Asia, like the mythical land of Indonesia.
Yeah, as someone.
And then you show them a bunch of moves you've seen in the movie The Raid.
And then you fall in love with that shit. But yeah, someone that has actually taught martial arts, I always said my students to always ask why if something doesn't make sense to them. Because when you understand what you're doing, it's a lot easier to incorporate it and remember it when you're actually fighting. And that's one problem when you're drilling a lot of shit, but you don't know why. Like you won't remember to do them. It's not like you do this movement 1,000 times and then it will come out naturally. That shit doesn't happen because you're not drilling it in a realistic situation.
Sometimes you fucking forget stuff.
Yeah,
that's just how the brain works.
Yeah, in martial arts, there are a lot of guys that are like, you should know theory about what you're doing. I think that's super wrong. Like, you should know why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
because that gives you room to improvise, and if you can't improvise in a fight, you're fucked.
Like, if you ever see a boxing coach that doesn't explain to you why you would throw an uppercut in this situation, that's a bad coach.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, yeah, boxing,
switch camps. Like, find another gym.
Boxing is the prime example because, I mean, there's a lot of actual good boxing coaches, and if you ask like, why do I have to distribute my weight like this when I'm sleeping this punch? A good boxing coach will always tell you, because this puts you in position to move this other way for the next move. And they have no trouble with that kind of questions because they know all the answers. And that's why like a lot of traditional martial arts masters don't like those kind of questions, because they do not have the answers.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been ritualized and sensationalized for so long. Like, I mean, the very reason why katas exist is that
did he slash that guy's balls?
Yeah, he raked this guy's balls with a tiger claw.
and the answers of these guys are always so fucking violent. Like maybe if a guy is trying to mock you, you shouldn't kill him, you know?
I mean, I guess
some of these situations, the guy that's attacking you is not even armed.
It's like,
and they still kill the guy.
I mean, obviously, depending on the country's law, I guess if you find yourself in a situation that's like super dangerous, I guess you can go for something violent, like knock them out and like beat them with knees and elbows, and okay, like blast double them.
I mean, obviously, it's a fight. You gotta look to hurt the other guy.
Yeah,
but some of the stuff is like super excessive. It's like, and after you're done, you kick him in the head when he's unconscious 70 times. It's like, bro, why?
You rip his fucking balls off while he's unconscious. Like, you knock him out with an overhand, and it's like, if a
then you steal his wallet, find out his address, and you go kill his mother. Like dude, stop.
You molest his dog for good measure to just establish your dominance. And that's another thing. They always it's always like weird or conservative guys, almost all the time.
It's like the ultra violence fantasy. It's very weird shit.
I mean, obviously there's a bunch of like idiots who kind of like position themselves as I'm gonna teach the good art to good people, and they like may have lefty politics, I guess, and it's mostly like and it's usually a bunch of like young kids who think that they're gonna like spearhead a revolution.
Yeah, they're cool, like traditional martial arts people. I mean, not that what they're teaching is cool, but they're cool as persons. But a lot of, especially these more like guru-like figures, they're always so weird
Yeah.
and weird, like in the bad sense.
I mean, generally speaking, like what you should watch out for. There are some teachers that are simply misguided. They are genuinely
Yeah,
convinced that they're teaching something good, that they're
yeah,
doing like community service. Um, like for example, in my gym, we propagate like the values of honor and integrity and all that kind of stuff. But what they're teaching is just simply ineffective. And then there's people who are like insane and weird, like political like leaders to position themselves as like the philosophers of life.
yeah. And
And
they're always so crazy that you never know if they're grifters or they actually believe their own bullshit.
that's such a bad dodge. It's such a bad duck. Like he's gonna slip the
Look,
fucking tube thing.
look at his fucking like parallel feet all the time.
Yeah. Like
Like, yeah,
even
you're when you're not equipped to deal with a boxer, maybe you're not equipped to deal with a guy with a weapon.
it says urban combat Jeet Kune Do. That's not even Jeet Kune Do because Bruce Lee at least understood the concept of a center line and keeping your feet like at an angle to make sure your center line is not like completely square in front of your opponent. And here's him like,
Yeah, it's always been super strange to me to see, especially like kung fu shit. Like they drill so much parallel feet shit, and it's like you should never find yourself in that stance in an actual fight.
yeah, like the only thing
you cannot transfer any kind of power with your feet parallel. Like,
and you could
and you cannot take a punch either.
you can't take a punch, someone can shove you and you'll fall over. That's the reason.
Yeah.
That's the reason why stances exist. It's to make sure you have a base from which you can like.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that clip of that guy with the pink hair that knocked out the other guy.
Mhm.
And his whole skill set was like maintaining stance when he's trading, and that shit works. Like it can save your life from a knockout when you have your feet under you.
He's done
But
some
this guy's
podcasts.
only wore. Oh, that's probably a trip and a half.
Bruce Lee inspired me to follow his philosophy in martial arts. Become a grifter. That was Bruce Lee's philosophy.
that was Bruce Lee philosophy.
I mean, Bruce Lee taught self-defense and Jeet Kune Do to like Hollywood actors and that kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, he was at least he wasn't grifting off like poor people.
yeah, real original
Yeah,
Jeet Kune Do
I
training.
mean, if you saw like actual Bruce Lee drills and shit, there's a lot to critique there. But when you read the combat philosophy, there's a lot of interesting and valid stuff there, I think.
Yeah, he from a theoretical point of view, he understood what fighting is about. It's just that the way
Yeah.
he went about it, about implementing it, was wonky. I like how it starts with like this big seminar with lots of people, and then it's increasingly less and less people, and then it's just a fucking garage.
It's a garage with just one guy.
He said like a really like funny demonstration, which is really the reason why we decided to sit down and watch this shit. It's just an excuse to watch this video again.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
This is the good shit. Of course, you always gotta be carrying your nunchucks.
I like how whenever someone demonstrates the Bruce Lee kicks, they're always kicking incorrectly and their foot is always like flabby. It's always like
Now I was about to comment about the rubber ankle.
it's just dangling around.
The fucking kid's so scrawny next to him.
A really bad guillotine.
Terrible, like I control fucking posture for fuck's sake.
Let's see who is in there in that gym. A scrawny kid, some kind of white person. Obviously, he's the largest person in the gym. The most athletic one. Kind of athletic, coordinated.
Yeah. Why are most of those demonstrations on that little kid? Like why?
He's the only one who can who he can actually like move around. Again, scrawny kid.
Yeah, another kid that he has like at least 25 pounds on.
Yeah, obviously he's showing him a demonstration that is too fast for the student to understand. Even if like,
I mean,
aside from the fact that it's got like all this kind of shit, like it delivers no fucking power. You can't knock someone out like this. First of all, it hurts. It's annoying.
yeah,
It's fucking painful. It's not delivering concussive power that a normal straight punch would deliver.
I mean, especially considering how violent the demonstrations are, like they always end up killing the other guy. You would think they should give any kind of priority to hitting actually hard.
That, and beyond that, the students can't actually fucking see anything because he's more concerned about like I'm trying to explain what's like the mindset is behind this whole thing. He's trying to show like, oh, you see, I'm so fucking quick. You can't see what I'm doing. And if you train with me for long enough, you're gonna become like just like me. And people believe this shit. They view this person as an authority figure, and like he's abusing that authority by doing these violent demonstrations that the student can't fucking understand. And he doesn't explain this shit.
But even if you have watched like any with amount of street fights, like people don't look to stay in the pocket in a street fight. They're always trying to like exit range because they know that shit is dangerous. But in these demonstrations, like everyone is super willing to like just trade in the pocket, like it's fucking like Don Fry versus Takayama. Like look at the shit. That guy is like throwing like 5 punches at him. Like people doesn't do that.
If you like right now, you can just go on YouTube, pull up any street fight video, and what most likely, what you
guys are like
see
super twitchy and always trying to go back because they are scared.
They're like 5 feet apart at all times, like 10 feet apart, and they're going like this. So they're looking, oh fuck. They're like looking to land that one punch that will end the fight.
Either they're like super way here, or they're like with their hips super back because they don't want to get kicked in the balls. But nah, they're just willing to train here. And the other funny thing is that the students are always moving in slow motion, and he's going like 300% at them.
He's always looking like this off to the side, like he's Neo in the Matrix at the end of the movie, like he keeps blocking every punch that the agent throws at him with one arm. Like I'm gonna just stand with like here with my chin up in the air. Like, try and knock me out. I will, bitch.
It's always that, like, 110 pounds kid.
Okay, some kind of fat person, finally. Oh, knife defense.
And the poor kid is like laughing when he's getting his ass kicked because he's like, oh, this guy is so cool. Fuck yeah, he's thinking to himself like,
I mean, at least some of the hand trapping stuff makes a degree of sense, at least because
yeah.
it's kind of like going 2-on-1 most of the time. Not here, but you know. Okay, this stuff hurts. These kicks are awful.
These are so bad, yeah. You can tell he has a lot of like just being quick with the kicks so he can impress people, but never actually kicking hard.
I mean, that's the whole thing, really. Like, he just kind of puts a lot of effort into looking fast, but none of the things that he does like actually deliver any kind of power.
I mean, this gotta be a grift, right? Because he's putting so much effort in all the things that will get him money and not on the things that will actually make him good at fighting.
Mm-hmm.
His kicking technique is so bad. Everything about it is bad. He needs a lot of wind up. He doesn't have good weight transfer.
You can see every kick coming like a split second before he actually like kicks. And again, the flabby ankle. Kicking like this is a really, really great way to just mess up your foot.
You can probably go with a high guard and he will probably like break his ankle against your elbow or something.
You can just block with one arm and you're gonna be fine.
I mean, you know a guy doesn't kick hard when he has like noobs like with a focus pad. Like not even like
it's not like even a time mid.
Yeah.
The slowest wheel kick in the universe.
Edson Barbosa ate your heart out. And he plays that shit like 7 times. He's so proud about it.
I'm gonna submit you by crushing your skull in half.
And the grip is so bad. Like
it's this.
Like
it's not even a Gable grip. It's not even an S grip. It's not.
He's not even trying to. He's not even trying to find him like here in the articulation. He's just going with the forearm with all this wiggle room in the world.
Just pressing on him. Like a real neck crank is you create leverage. You're not trying to crush someone's skull.
Like if you know, and you know, like even as small as that kid is, like you know how fucking hard that skull is. Like you're probably breaking both your bones here before you crush a skull.
Yeah, if you're superhumanly strong and you're able
you're gonna break your arm before you break his skull.
Yes.
And you cannot say that's a neck crank because he's not controlling his feet. I mean, I'm saying that all the time because it's true. Like he can just walk. He's already dead. And of course the movie maker outro.
UK. Of course. Where else? I mean, the reason why I'm pointing this out is that it's easier to sell this kind of bullshit in Britain because no one actually wrestles there, and
but at the same time they have like a lot of kickboxing and boxing, and so
yeah.
But you know the kind of people that they believe like, oh, that's not real martial arts, so they go to this kind of shit instead.
I mean, it's also like there's lots of stabbings in the UK, and if you market yourself as being able to to teach you how to defend yourself against getting stabbed, then people are gonna go, oh, that's interesting. I don't want to get stabbed. It's like at the pub watching a football game. I'm gonna learn Jeet Kune Do.
I'm gonna become an explosive Jeet Kune Do guy.
What else does he have? explosive tutorial. BJ Penn, the king.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
Amazing.
Avatar, the Last Airbender. The font.
Octavio Quintero. Okay, let's. And we have Jerry Petit here too. So you know this is going to be good. What? Look at that fucking stance of the other guy.
Why is he stepping with his rear foot forward?
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying like this. He's going outside with the kick. It's he's giving a bad angle with that entry, I think. I mean, if that kick doesn't work, you find yourself in a terrible position.
You can teep low kicks. If someone attempts a low kick, you can conceivably like teep them if you're good enough.
Yeah, yeah.
But no one is gonna step forward with like the rear foot unless they're like completely dogshit at fighting.
I mean, yeah, I mean, at that point you can just beat their ass because they don't know how to fight.
Yes. And he like this back fist is not gonna stop anyone.
No, yeah, you cannot put any power on that because you're already like wasting your power with the kick.
Like,
and look at his stance at the moment he's delivering the punch. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Painful to watch. Yeah, lots of traditional martial arts instructors like and demonstrations feature this back fist. Like it's supposed to be like some kind of like powerful strike. And in karate, there is a way to actually make it somewhat powerful by like exploding outwards with your chest, but it's not going to be like powerful like at all. Still,
yeah, and it's
no matter how much effort you put into it.
I mean, one thing that a lot of these guys do that make them look flashy, but actually makes no sense is that they make moves that need a lot of wind up, but they are actually fast when executed. The problem is that in a real fight, when you have wind up on a movement, you can see the movement coming. Yeah. So if you can throw like a super fast wheel kick, for example, but you need to take like 3 steps before that, that's not a fast kick anymore.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's jabs, like boxers sometimes throw jabs like this, but they throw it at the eyes and with like the palm open to cover the opponent's vision, so you can't see the right hand coming.
Yeah, and when it's boxer versus boxer, like there's the threat of the right hand. It's implied because both guys know how to fight.
Yeah, and in the real fight, doing this, it's kind of like pointless. You can just throw a right hand then. if you're good enough with the right hand, if you have no telegraph on it,
and if you're having success with the back fist, it's because the other guy there, like, it's so bad that you can do whatever at that point.
Yeah. Why is that guy attempting like a elite leg kick after getting side kicked in the knee? Presumably, the kick to the knee will stop him from doing anything because it fucking hurts.
Okay, so what's going to happen here? Okay, the concept behind that, it's so this is anti-boxer shit, right? Oh, wait. If he thinks he's good and he's trying to slip a punch, I'm going to fucking kung fu his ass.
You know what the weapon is? What the real anti-boxer weapon is against someone who's ducking? The uppercut.
Yeah.
Just knee them in the face. You don't need
low
the shit.
Kick them. There's a lot of stuff that actually works that you can do against a boxer. Like, I mean, don't get us wrong. I mean, if you're fighting like an actual boxer, even if you know how to kick, you might get your ass kicked super bad. Mm-hmm. But there's some stuff that you could do that is not this
What is he
stupid.
doing? What's this? He's not controlling anything.
Is he supposed to like stuff in a takedown? And of course it ends there. How was the name of this guy? Maybe we should look for more videos of that guy.
Jeet Kune Do is a system without styles. BJ Penn, the king.
I think it was Octavio Quintero, the name of the guy.
Bruce Lee will return once again. Chi Energy documentary, proof of Chi. Tommy Caruthers, Jeet Kune Do practitioner.
Okay, put that one. Oh yeah, getting into a fight from your chair, classic.
I'm gonna punch his back lots of times. It's gonna hurt.
Another case of a guy that knows how to flay their arms super fast. That kick had no power in it, you can tell.
Yeah, like Bruce Lee was genuinely really athletic and explosive and fast.
Yeah.
And so lots of these guys do is they focus on trying to replicate that, and they pretend that if you train Jeet Kune Do, you're going to turn into Bruce Lee. You're going to be just as athletic and explosive and powerful as him. And it's not going to happen. It's not the point.
Those kicks aren't stopping a tough guy.
Those kicks probably
those kicks probably can't stop that guy. Like he looks pretty big. Like if they get in an actual fight, that guy might kick that guy's ass. There's another that's another staple of bullshit martial arts. Like you slip a punch and then you supposedly have time to strike like 7 times. Like I mean, if you're punching or kicking with any kind of power, like one should be enough. Like you shouldn't go for a fucking Tekken combo after slipping a punch.
I mean, that's why in boxing, like the first bunch of counters you are taught is like a slip and then the right hand. Generally speaking, that's all you need, really. If you can actually strike with any degree of power.
Those slips into low kicks are so stupid.
Why? And it's not
Especially
even like
if you're snapping. Yeah, you cannot kick the legs like that. You're not going to accomplish anything.
It's just you're just slapping the thigh with your foot.
Yeah.
It's not a kick. If it's not delivered from the hips, it's not
a guy that has been to 1 month of kickboxing will fucking laugh at you for being so stupid. Yeah, I mean, a quick kick to the head I might buy because yeah, the leg is heavy enough that maybe you can stun the guy or knock him out. But to the leg, like there's a reason you need to wind up to kick the legs.
What was the name of that guy again?
Octavio Quintero.
Octavio Quintero. My recommendations on YouTube are going to be fucking demolished.
Okay, we have it.
Oh, there's that guy. I guess at least he was able to maintain his hairline somewhat. He could be masking it because he has a ball cut. Ball cut. I apologize. Learn Jeet Kune Do from home. You know what's tragic is that Bruce Lee kind of like he was a theoretician more than anything, but he wanted martial arts to be real. He wanted to teach real like combatives, something like really effective, and then Jeet Kune Do turned into this fucking grift.
Yeah, he did a lot of the flashy stuff more for publicity, but he was aware of it.
Yeah, and that's the only thing. That's the only thing that caught on subsequently.
Yeah.
Oh, cool editing.
And the funny thing is that Jeet Kune Do was supposed to be like super into cross training, but
Mhm.
obviously these guys don't train with any kind of actual fighters ever.
And they always try to mimic Bruce Lee's body language and like the style of movement.
Oh, we had grappling here.
Huh? Oh, it's
Oh
a
my god,
highlight video.
this guy's been bullshitting for so long. Okay, like, are you showing any kind of real sparring? Because those guys were wearing like shin pads and shit.
Hmm. Come on.
Come on, where's the sparring, Octavio?
Octavio. Piece of shit. Where is it? Warrior athlete. The aunt of JKD online. Octavio Quintero seminar, Germany. 45 seconds. These are words. These are words. They mean things.
To some martial artists, they mean things.
Okay, so he's dressed as a Chinese person. Of course.
Do Latinos have like a free pass to present their Asian or something like that? What the fuck? Oh my. Yeah, these
How to
guys are
master
so
the
bad.
best exercise. So much of that shit is always like Wing Chun or Jeet Kune Do
Yeah.
because it's the thing that everyone knows from Bruce Lee movies.
But yeah, I think Bruce Lee knew like towards the end of his life that clearly the Wing Chun hand fighting shit was not it.
I mean, it's kind of it serves its purpose, but in a very specific context. If like you're boxing on the inside and you're like trying to feel the other guy moving.
No, yeah, I mean it can work. I mean, some principles of it
Yeah,
can
it's the
have
principle of the thing,
applications.
but not the way they do it. That's the
Yeah,
key
and
like point here.
especially like it's a very specific context. You gotta have fundamentals for all the other contexts.
Yeah. You're gonna have only the fundamentals for fighting another guy who stands right in front of you with his feet parallel and doing the same shit with his arms. That's the only context you'll have. But the principle is that you actually hand fight in actual combat. When you hand fight, you can actually feel like, for example, on the inside, like Roberto Duran would sometimes defend body shots. Like he'd have an underhook and an overhook, and then he'd rotate his elbow and then redirect the strike from away from his body. But
Yeah,
it's a completely different context, and
I
it's
mean,
performed in a completely different way.
I mean, in old school Muay Thai, when they used to allow like longer clinches, you'd see a lot of like unorthodox stuff happen in the clinch, especially
Yeah,
with stuff like Mommy Guard or Dracula Guard or all the strange bullshit.
the triangle
And
guard, all the guards,
and
the
you think that shit doesn't work, but it actually did.
mhm.
But it's because those guys were putting it to test like every fucking week in actual fights.
They fought fucking twice a week or something like
Yeah,
for like for
and
like a
they
bowl of
also
rice.
knew like how to, and they knew how to deal with regular boxing and kickboxing from with those guards, not just engaging in silly hand fighting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, grappling. They're grappling. It's real martial arts. Okay, it's all promo bullshit.
Okay, so in what point of a fight that happens? I want to know that.
if you meet a guy who is a master of Jeet Kune Do, you're gonna need this. You're gonna want to need this.
Teacher Octavio, the bully of my school, came to kick my ass last week, and he never engaged me in hand fighting. what do I do when he comes for my lunch money next week?
I mean, and that's why this grifting is so successful usually, because you can always continue coming up with scenarios and scenarios. It's like really, your only limiter is your imagination. You can like picture like, oh, what if you're fighting 3 people and then a 4th person shows up? What do you do? Or like one of them has I don't know, a fucking vibrator, the other one has a dildo. How do you defend against that? The other guy has a double-end dildo and he fights like Darth Maul. What do you do then? I have a drill just for that.
But you gotta pay for the seminar.
You're gonna pay for the seminar, and you pay for the seminar, and the seminar says you bent over and you put your pants down, and that's the only way you survive against that.
But only against that one particular scenario.
I mean, it's not like it's only like traditional martial arts. Like certain BJJ schools are also kind of like, oh, you'll only need BJJ to survive on the streets. Like,
yeah, that's also bullshit.
Yeah, if you go to an MMA gym, you're instantly disowned. And I'm not going to teach you BJJ anymore because you like betrayed the art. And that's also bullshit. It's also like a gigantic red flag, and you should probably switch gyms.
Remember when Roman Black was asking Brian Ortega, and he was like, when you landed that uppercut on Frankie Edgar, was that also Gracie Jiu-Jitsu? And Ortega was like, bro, that's boxing.
Even Brian Ortega is not dumb enough to fall for that question.
And he's been hanging out with like the most toxic part of the Gracies. And not even him is buying into that shit.
What is this? A video essay. I don't want to watch that. Fuck off. Don't fucking care about Star Wars. Let's see. All right, let's see if my recommendations were ruined.
Okay.
Okay, so it's fine for now.
They're fine from now. So just type like Bolshido on the search bar and we'll watch whatever.
No. I have a better idea.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, so
the demonstration, the third one. Okay, that's fine.
You know what's always funny to me is that they always like come up with the silliest looking gear for training. Okay, MMA gloves, all right. And then a fucking hockey helmet.
Of course.
I love that he did. I love that he did the fucking GTA 4, the fucking GTA 3 death animation when you kick someone and they go ah.
That's commitment to the beat. The fucking legs go up. Oh, of course you want to like neo dodge a knife. That's super safe.
Knee the knife. You throw a flying knee at the knife.
Look, he does like the. Look at this.
What was that sweep? How did it happen? Did he control anything? No.
He just like slightly knees behind his knee, and he goes flying like a meter up in the air.
I mean, you don't want to embarrass your master by not by not selling the attack like it's pro wrestling.
What the fuck was that stance with the hands down? Like, I mean, at least the stance of these guys makes a lot more sense. But that throw made no sense. No fucking sense.
Every time I see a gun defense
Oh,
demonstration,
come on.
I always remember that video of that black guy who like tried to like the short video. The black guy like pretends to get mugged and then like remembers the Krav Maga lesson and grabs the gun and then he's in heaven.
I mean, those punches were bad, but
At least it's punches. At least it's 1-2s.
yeah.
Kill the guy. That's your defense.
Just kill 5 fucking people and then go home like nothing happened.
How did he?
That sweep, I want to see that sweep again. Like, and it's from Mount.
Yeah. Nah.
Oh, come on now.
Fuck
Anyone
off.
that
If you have
he just rolls, like he's not attacking the base or anything.
if you have a sibling or if you have a girlfriend, like whoever, just have them sit on top of you, especially like it's especially good if they're like way less than you.
Yeah.
Have them sit on top of you on your chest and then try to move them.
Yeah, I mean, and like a basic like bridge and roll doesn't take you like a lot of time to do.
Yeah. God, this striking is garbage.
Yeah, I mean everything is garbage, but oh no, those punches, man. You do not need like 4 people to do that drill.
I mean, you're gonna be training to fight against multiple opponents.
7 armed people, and you're going to kill all of them.
You're gonna fight Shiva, the god of destruction, the god of the universe, or whoever.
You're gonna fuck her up. You're gonna hit her with the
a thirst trap. Okay.
Krav Maga versus Aikido. The difference is that they both suck.
Best Krav Maga practitioner in the world.
Okay.
I want to see this
fucking
one.
Go.
The stunts in this movie were performed by professionals. At least they're upfront about this being like a stunt, like a showcase. Yeah, these are stunts. These are not martial arts. An expert in Krav Maga. Is there music? Yes, there is. Counted.
Of course. I mean, you don't even worry about Israeli jiu-jitsu. You don't even worry about getting mugged on the streets. You just worry about killing terrorists.
Israeli jiu-jitsu. They should have written like that, like jiu-jitsu. Like GE double.
Yeah.
Jitsu.
I mean, just go all in at that point.
Fight choreography.
And
private training. So they're really like hitting all the marks. They're branching out into all the markets, all the possible markets. Training special forces, like training this awful bullshit to special forces, get them killed. Training this to like rich people, and then training this, teaching this kind of shit to. I mean, the only like avenue here is like the only legitimate, halfway legitimate avenue is the fight choreography, I guess, for stunts.
Okay, so what is this shit? This is choreography, right?
I think. Oh yeah, it's a demonstration against like karate guys or judo guys.
Okay, so just go. Oh, this is what? Oh, this guy's the worst. Just clothesline a motherfucker. Oh, remember that time that you're holding an AK and a guy pushes you from the back
With a pillow.
with a pillow. Yeah. It's
Hey,
very
Sarge.
common.
Hey, Sarge,
Very
remember when
common.
you were clearing that room in Iraq and you had an M16 and you shot some guy? You bayoneted him, and then this guy, this Afghani with a pillow showed up. Gave me PTSD with a pillow. And now can't sleep in my fucking bed.
He loves the fucking flying submissions.
That just wheel kicked the gun.
Yeah, he's waking the gun. Okay.
I remember I've had a buddy. I mean, I still have this, I'm still friends with him. But there was this one time when he joined the Krav Maga gym over here in Russia. And he started writing about how impressed he was with the instructor, that he hit so fucking hard. And like, how do you know that he hit so hard? Did he hit the bag and it like flew all over the place? That's how you know he hit so hard? No, he hit me. And I was like, fucking quit the gym, like get out of here immediately. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I mean, number one, that, and number two, when you hit someone that is not used to being hit, they will believe you hit hard no matter what. Because being hit fucking hurts.
Yeah, you don't even have to hit them hard.
You'll believe you're getting hit super hard. It doesn't matter if it's like a small girl that is doing it. And the judo throws with like no base or anything. Like, come on, dude, you cannot judo throw a guy from a chair.
At least pretend to exert some force.
You have zero hip involvement when you're sitting down. Like, are you throwing the guy with just your arms? If you're that fucking strong, you don't even need to train at that point. Come on, use the gun to shoot the other guy. But
I'm assuming this is a demonstration, like this is a military demonstration. There's the parachute regiment, like the parachute regiment badge. So he's demonstrating this to airborne troops.
I'm pretty sure those guys like land with a lot of fucking guns.
I'm just trying to picture their reactions in the barracks afterwards. Like,
I mean, there's probably quite a few that were like, "Bro, that was fucking sick."
There was quite a
and a lot of them were probably like, "That was stupid as fuck." That scene looked like the trust nobody, not even yourself. Oh, of course, a guy has a knife and you sprint into a flying spinning kick. The fucking judo throws, like, why?
He uses a lot of wrestling pins, and I'm not talking about wrestling pins like as in freestyle wrestling, but actual professional wrestling, you know, WWE shit.
Like WWE shit, yeah. Why?
Why would you do that?
Please tell me why. Especially because the bullshit principles about self-defense is like never put yourself in danger. And then the guy goes like for a flying armbar. like you don't want to be like on top of a guy. Like it's
my brain is just about is almost fried at this point.
yeah.
So like
we don't have much left in the tank.
there's one final thing that I want to show you.
This guy is not even trying.
You know what this is? This is a program that they showed on Russian state TV, and it's about no contact fighting, not full contact,
Okay.
not partial contact,
No contact.
no contact fighting.
No contact. Okay.
And this is a secret KGB project to teach people how to beat people telekinetically. KGB
during
agents know how to do that.
The CIA and the KGB were involved in so much goofy shit. I mean, talking about no contact, if all those guys are like have machine guns on them, wouldn't they be shooting instead of approaching him with?
Shooting people was actually no contact fighting. Yeah. When you think about it,
he's taking like half an hour to do that. You cannot make parody this kid. He's shooting me.
There it is.
What? Okay, that did he threw like a banana peel at that last guy?
No, you see, he used the power of his presence to subdue him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's throwing like psychic banana peels at the guy.
It's KGB mind bullets.
What?
This shit is real. Don't you laugh? Government money was spent on this thing. Taxpayer money was spent on this.
This is amazing. This is the maximum grift. Guy was grifting the fucking Soviet Union. He fucking gave him like a neck in the pain just because. What?
Yeah, this guy is just taking the piss. The
okay.
upload of this video. It's just a real example of no contact fighting in real life.
Like your opponent needs to be super drunk, and then no contact fighting becomes real. This is incredible, man.
This is the level at which you can grift. Those guys that we saw before, they don't know what they're doing.
Nah,
if you want
beginners,
if you want to make lots of money, grift the fucking government. That's what you should do.
And one of the big ones, like China, the US.
Yeah, don't like
Russia.
don't go for fucking Romania or like a Lithuanian republic in Eastern Europe. You go for the big boys.
You go fucking big and you go fucking hard.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think that's a good closure for this one.
I mean, there's one really funny fight, like actual real fight on the streets, So that may give people a good idea of how they actually look. Like it's just two Russian guys.
Okay.
Two drunk Russian guys scrapping.
These are actual human beings fighting. What? Okay, so sucker punch with no power in it. Yeah, that's what happens when. Okay, he got fucking decked trying that stupid like dodge and shit. He's approaching with no stance. Okay, some Wing Chun could have come in handy in that situation. Okay, he get fucked. They're so drunk.
They're super fucking drunk and they keep talking like the guy, the lank hair guy, the skinny guy, keeps saying that he doesn't want to beat the other guy's ass. And then he keeps fucking punching him.
You can tell both guys have a little idea of how to fight.
Yeah, they kind of know how to throw punches.
This is how Krav Maga looks in real life.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Shouldn't have stayed in the pocket.
Everyone keeps talking about how like they see red and they go insane in the streets and they just start throwing down. When in real life, like actual like conflict looks like this. They're just two fucking drunk guys stumbling all over the place, yelling at each other how they're gonna kill each other without actually doing anything.
They keep talking trash.
You say like from this moment onwards, like in literally English, like in very like educated Russian, from this moment onwards, you shall be known as a faggot. That's what he's yelling.
Okay, they're scrapping again.
A shitty overhand.
Yeah, he almost got like cross countered.
They keep calling each other gay.
Of course.
Why did you punch me?
It's a little bit late to ask that kind of questions, I think. And it's over.
And it's over.
That's the other thing, like a lot of fights and like that. Not in like a spectacular knockout.
Yeah, people
it's just two guys that are like beat walking away.
So yeah, the real takeaway from all this is don't get into fucking fights for no reason.
Yeah. Number one, don't get into fucking fights.
Oh. I mean, this was the perfect conclusion to show everyone how fucking ugly and dumb fights usually look like in real life. Like,
I mean, if you want to win a fight between, if you're a drunk Russian guy and you want to beat another drunk Russian guy, maybe you should know some Wing Chun.
Yeah, you should know some Wing Chun, and you should know how to fucking hand fight and throw jumping submissions and jumping 360 wheel kicks next to 720 crescent kicks.
That could come in handy. Amazing.
I mean, what can you say? I guess main takeaways: avoid instructors that try to present themselves as like an authority on anything. Don't let you ask questions. avoid
No
them
s-
at all costs if they actually hit you.
yeah, no
Uh,
real sparring is a huge red flag. Like
yeah,
some kind. I mean, you don't need to engage in full contact sparring if you don't want to, but if you actually want to know how to fight, some kind of freestyle sparring should be encouraged
yeah, not
at
necessarily
some
hard
stage.
sparring, because hard sparring is obviously
Yeah,
brain trauma. But if they spar regularly, and if they like actually pick their opponents for you based on your level and kind of help you to
yeah,
kind of like ease you into the process.
even inside like traditional martial arts, the ones that have some kind of sparring, like even like Shotokan karate and taekwondo,
Kyokushin is
even
legit.
yeah, but even those guys learn some fundamentals about fighting because they're not doing like I don't know, spot.
Yeah, if you're, I mean, I guess our subscribers will already know this, but
Yeah,
this has to be said again, like reinforced. Like, if your gym is nothing but demonstrations over and over again, and if they just basically use you as a dummy to show like cool moves on, switch gyms. It's not a real gym.
yeah,
It's not real martial arts.
immediately. I mean, it's okay if you enjoy martial arts, like traditional martial arts for like the folklore and shit.
I mean,
But don't think you're learning how to fight.
yeah.
It's
I
alright
mean,
if you want. If you think it looks cool, it's okay.
if you do
Like
like
you're
Aikido like for fun, just because it's like it's something like, if you just go to an Aikido gym to like to hang out with your friends, and if the head coach is not like an insane guru, then I guess you can do that.
or a rapist.
Yes, or a rapist. Personally, I don't understand why we would do that. It's kind of, it seems like a waste of time to me.
Yeah,
But
I don't see the appeal, but if that's your thing, that's okay.
yeah, it's just I reserve the right to call you an idiot and a weeaboo if you do that. I mean,
I mean,
Taekwondo, I guess.
if you have all the martial arts in the world to choose from, I wouldn't choose the one that Steven Seagal does.
Yeah, it's kind of
But that's
cringe.
me.
uh, I, find a drunk Russian fighting gym. That's what
Yeah.
you should do. If the coach is like a really like pot-bellied, muscle gut, like out of shape kind of guy who's always drunk
Yeah.
and keeps
Either
calling
that
people the F word,
or
then that's the
literally
place for you.
like Soda Popinski from Punch Out.
uh, I mean, generally speaking, what to avoid? Like places like that teach kung fu, and like if it's called like the White Dragon School of like the Way of the Dragon School of, that's generally kind of like, it's kind of a safe bet that they're not going to teach you anything good. Just
If
stick to
there's
boxing or wrestling.
yeah, if there's no competition involved, I would be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you ask your master, teacher, whatever, like when are we competing? And he's like, oh, we don't compete. This is too dangerous.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
we are
Immediately.
teaching you skills that will turn you into a deadly weapon, and our philosophy forbids using the dark energy to
Yeah.
to bring this dark energy into the world.
We probably should do a follow-up, like watching like ninjutsu
Yeah, we should.
and and chi freaks.
Yeah. I mean, we ended this podcast with this, like,
Yeah.
no contact fighting.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see more of this, I mean, you should just send us videos
Yeah,
of strange shit, and we will comment on them.
yeah, easily. It's pretty
We
funny.
could also make like analysis of street fights. I mean, street fights are ugly. We do not encourage, but it's sometimes good to analyze like real life situations to see what we can learn from those.
Mhm.
Especially if it's not between two super drunk Russian guys.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, if there's like a very often street fights that end in a knockout or like in a huge knockdown, it's someone who trains
Yeah.
against someone who doesn't train.
Yeah,
And
and even in those situations, there's probably someone doing something wrong or someone doing something
Yeah,
right.
even if the person
Maybe
is like-
both.
even if the person is well trained, you could see them performing errors. They're doing lots of errors because they're nervous, because it's scary, and it's not an environment in which they were trained to perform the techniques. Because it's, I mean, obviously, if you've trained for any length of time, you would know that you like drill, you go, you work the bag and you look cool, and then you start sparring and then nothing fucking works.
Yeah.
Or if you
And then
like,
and then you get good sparring and you go into an actual fight and then nothing works again.
yeah. Yeah, basically, that's basically it. And I guess we could do a follow-up on what to watch out at, I guess, MMA gyms and boxing gyms, and the red flags that you could see in MMA gyms or kickboxing
Yeah, I mean,
gyms.
yes, stay away from bullshit gyms should be obvious,
Mhm.
but it's still an interesting topic. But maybe next time we should talk about like more legit martial arts and how they can still be bullshit.
Yeah, even places like where they teach you jiu-jitsu, like, and kickboxing or boxing, wrestling, MMA, even
They can still be bad.
yeah, there's lots of avenues for abuse, for complete bullshit, for ineffective teaching, all sorts of things, especially in MMA because it's so young, and like people pretend that anything goes in MMA, and so they
Yeah.
use that as an avenue to pretend they're teaching you something useful while turning it into a cult. And obviously that's without going into all the like sexual abuse that goes at BJJ gyms. That's a whole another can of worms.
Yeah, I think as a preview for the next episode, I will tell you this: if you're a girl, do not fuck your coach, please.
I mean, it should be the other way around, really. Like, not to victim blame. Not to victim blame. If you're a BJJ coach, if you're a coach, please don't fuck your students. That's all we're asking for. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah.
The pull quotes for this episode should be like,
do not groom your 16-year-old
like someone
student.
Someone is gonna like take this out of context and say that Feño asks women not to fuck their coaches, like, not to seduce their coaches. Like,
Feño is against begging.
Okay. I mean, we've released so much material that we can get super fucking cancelled for. Skirting that.
It will come eventually. So now we're just awaiting death.
Skirting that line, just dancing on the edge of cancellation. All right, I guess that's enough of that. Stay away from bullshit gyms. Generally speaking.
Send us more videos.
Send us more dumb videos. We've kind of run out of material very quickly because we don't actually go out of our way to look at this stuff because it hurts our brain.
It went viral lately, so it was an interesting topic to touch on.
Yeah. By the way, what do you think? Should we release it like as like a Patreon bonus or like?
I mean, we should go public with it. I mean, this doesn't have the audio, so I don't think it's going to get copyright.
Yeah. I mean, and we weren't like watching copyrighted material anyway. It was all like bullshit highlights.
And then fucking Octavio hit us with the copyright strike.
This will happen. This will legit happen. Like this will happen. I can see this happening.
We'll wait for it.
Yeah. We're not making any money off YouTube anyway. So
yeah, I mean, like $6 a year.
Yeah, we could make this into a Patreon series. I mean, Jack Slack obviously has his Wushu watch, but he hasn't done it in forever, and he already like tries to steal our idea of making alternate commentary. That fucker. So
I mean, he did it before, but he abandoned it for so long that it's now. Or
he's done some alternate commentary for fucking Derek Lewis versus Mark Hunt and OSP versus I think it was Jamie Manower.
The cream of
ages
the crop
ago. The cream of the crop. Yeah, the real alternate commentary everyone wishes to hear. This is not us talking. We're allowed to talk shit about Jack Slack because he's super fucking rich, and we're like small fry
Yeah.
compared to him. So get off our case.
Get our fucking case.
Don't go after us
And give
for
us
talking shit about Jack Slack.
Yeah,
We're
give us
punching
more
up.
money so the up and comers analysts can talk shit about us.
Make us more rich than Jack Slack, and then you can talk
Yeah.
shit about us. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
For now, this is just two guys from third world countries talking about whatever the fucking watching drunk Russians fight. This is where we're at. This is what we're willing to do for content. Give us fucking money so we can actually make something worthwhile.
Pretty much.
All right, now that we've like bullied you into hopefully giving us money, I guess we can end this this crap. See you later,
There's no other way to finish this shit.
Yeah.
It's always us bullying you into giving us money.
Give us money, you fucker.
Give
If
us
you-
money, fuckers.
Yeah, like if this were the streets, we'd beat you up because
With Wing Chun.
we'd beat you up with like with fucking
flying
airbending
triangles
from
and shit.
Avatar. Yeah, you like you can't handle Feño's Dragon Strike, which is just him nutting in your eyes.
And spitting.
Someone should come up with like a sexual martial art. Someone should make a movie about that. And like a kung fu guy runs around nutting in people's
Yeah.
eyes, and like takes
Maybe-
a bus hostage.
Maybe one day we can like react to those MMA porns.
Yeah, we could for Patreon at least. Certainly, we should do that. Ultimate
Yeah.
Surrender, the fight site's Ultimate Surrender. We should make an MMA porno. That's what we should do. If
Next Patreon goal is it's an MMA porno. So
yeah, if you're not gonna give us any more money, I'm gonna take a bus hostage and I'm gonna like by taking my dick out and jerking off. I'm gonna nut in this bus driver's face. Everyone give me money. This is what you're gonna drive me to. You don't want to do that.
do not want to do that.
This is gonna be
We
next
always-
week's breaking news.
We always do the strangest outros.
Because I don't know how to end this. I mean, ending this on like this is the end of the show. Now go away. It's kind of lame.
Yeah. But anyway, go away.
Yeah, go away. Fuck off. This is the end of the show. All right.